Damn Wiley put us in an impossible situation. I'm glad those hostages can go back to their families, but I fear we played right into DeVries' hands. With that data, she could wreak more havoc than we anticipated. Look, I know the choice is yours on how you want to approach this, but it's my folk in the crosshairs. If something happens to our delegate, I don't know how I'd live with myself. If there's space by your side, I hope you'll call on me. Sure, but don't get me wrong. I ain't asking this of you for my own benefit. We got a duty to protect everyone at the peace talks. You as an Earth Directorate agent, me as a soldier. It's what we do. If we fail to stop DeVries, this will have dire consequences for the war and everything else. So let's not fail, huh?
Now you can taste purpleberry in any drink.
the second choice has got a new shipment of swill. Gave it a try. Needs some aging, but not too bad.
What? I was just...
What do you think you're doing?
Just what do you think you're doing?
I'll be collecting the price on your head now, thank you. Possibly. Depends on the arrangement.
Guns cocked and loaded. Appreciate a little bit.
Pressing in.
Enemy about. Locked and stopped.
Victor wasn't exactly the partner in crime I envisioned DeVries to have. Someone with a little more grit. That man back and DeVries had him building a bomb. She obviously... You ever wonder what might have happened if DeVries had let us in on her initial plan? Surely we wouldn't have been taken in by her rhetoric like Victor. No, yeah, it's just... I look at someone like Victor and see the trap I might have fallen into. True. She's good at deconstructing folk. After Triangulum, all I wanted was to do for other colonies what Augustine had done for mine. Still, I will say, thanks for letting me wax for a bit. We can get back to what we were doing now. Sure, always happy to tool around for a bit.
Like the second choice has got a new shipment of swill. Gave it a try. Needs some aging, but not too
Lose a
bad.
piece of jewelry? Buy it back at a very reasonable...
we're not
My
getting
pa
any new
always
shipments
told
for
me not to
months.
do business with
Would it be like
off-station
Joe?
Now, my
truck.
respect, stranger.
Especially if they're heavily armed.
Run it by him. It was out of a big metal barrel behind the bar. Said Auntie's finest star wipe on it.
That wasn't booze. That was
You're knocking it
shit wax.
dead up there.
Really? Barney should start selling it then. It's better than half his stock.
the impression that Free Market Station was open to all. Why am I being accosted?
Free Market Station is open to all, except spies. It's awful suspicious how you've been gallivanting about, asking everyone questions.
I am not a spy. Greetings. Are you perhaps interested in advancing the knowledge? What am I saying? Of course you are. Please, do tell me anything you might know about the crash of the ACS Free Market. Do pardon my forwardness. I saw that you were a new arrival, but I held out some hope that you might be able to enlighten me where the station populace has not. As an archivist, it's my duty to collect and record hitherto unrecorded knowledge wherever it can be found. But my earnest questions have been met with suspicion. You are correct. Unfortunately, I'll take that question to mean that I can't interview you for more information. Fiddlesticks. If some independent preservationist would be willing to assist me in discovering the truth, I certainly would appreciate it. That's great. I can offer you a stipend from my exploratory budget for anything you might manage to discover. Converse with the locals, peer into unturned corners, and see what your able hand might unearth. I look forward to furthering the cause of history with you. I'd ask about in the saloon and the bazaar. Both are places where gossip flies about like so many tarot rays. Sub Rosa likely has some information about the crash, but I'm not sure where. You also might be able to find some intact portion of the ship amidst all of the station's wreckage. Take a look around. I'm sure you'll be able to get farther on your own.
Stick with Sub Rosa. We're the fun, shady organization.
We did good by all the folk in Golden Ridge. If we hadn't eased the pressure between the Order and the instead, the ceasefire can remain in place, and folk can sleep soundly. Thank you.
Being this close to anyway. Need something, Commander? Sure. Always happy to tour around. Sure hope Val isn't miss. Anyway, need something, Commander?
You just bought a shooter from not a weapons store, right? How's it treating you?
It ain't. Can't eat the scraps I shoot with it.
Greetings. How has the data collection fared? Finally, a breakthrough. Let's hear it. How did the ACS free market meet its end? Sounds like it was likely due to basic engineering ineptitude. Goodness. I wonder how their ships can fly at all with such incompetent technicians. Aside from the crash, what occurred in the ship's final moments? There. By the plan. I really should have gotten someone else for this work. Last question. Were there any contributing factors to the crash? Anything that might recontextualize what actually happened? Lacking this information is especially unfortunate. But very well, I suppose that's all I'll be able to get from you. This report is going to bear some glaring absences, which is unfortunate. Still, I wouldn't have been able to get this far without your help. Here's something for your time. It would have been more if I'd been able to complete this, but there's nothing for that now. Auntie's Choice seems to be inundated with its own problems, technical and personnel alike. We should have ample opportunity to use this for propaganda purposes. I'm glad we're of like minds. I'll be sure to notify my friends in the order that you can be trusted. Now I need to get this report to my superiors. Thanks again.
Firearms that explode in your face? Come to not a weapons store! I think I misplaced a hand grenade. We'll know in a couple seconds if it's armed or not. Browse all you like. Everything I've got is fine-tuned to perfection. That's privileged information, friend. If you... Just jesting. Although if you did want to kill me, I've got many finely priced perforators tuned to... Feel free to go on a murderous...
Doctor here. Get your stitches. If you're here about a toothache, you've come to the right place. If you're here bleeding from a dozen bullet wounds, I suppose I can help with that too. If you've wounds that need stitching or teeth that need scrutiny, I'm your doctor. Yes? Is this a problem? My prior faction demanded I strictly adhere to my vocation. Suffice it to say, I'm pleased Free Market Station allows me to be my medicaments and more. All... If you've a tooth pain, you know who to visit.
Protect your loved ones, protect yourself. Buy some new armor today. Look, everyone else here, tell me what you need. Booming now. As it happened, their owner's It sure was a convenient windfall for yours truly. Real convenient. Exactly. I wish some can do. If you lost it, I'm selling it.
beginning to reach the tail end of my patience. You will tell me the location of the broker.
Lad, you ain't got much of a concept of a deal, do you? You ain't got nothing to offer, and a threat is offering less than nothing. You... Stranger, seen my fix? Hope you're about to offer to rid me of this damn fool.
You cannot dissuade an arbiter from their sovereign-given duty, no matter how much of an irritant you may attempt to be. I came to meet with the information broker for, protectorate business, protectorate reasons. However, I find myself foiled at near every turn. None within the protectorate would defy an arbiter and expect to live. Regrettably, I cannot make the locals see reason without rendering myself unable to learn what I seek.
Even polite entreaties don't see most getting an invite to the broker, and you've been anything but. See, you may have thought you said have an audience, but what you actually said was let him assassinate.
Do I look like a sentinel to you? No, don't answer that. My point is that if I wanted to kill everyone here, we would not be having this obnoxious conversation.
No matter what this fella says, he's not going to convince me to trust him. He's a walking security risk.
An arbiter need prove themselves to no one but the sovereign. But if I must debase myself to further my aim, so be it.
Interesting thought. Occurs to me there might just be something that needs looking into. Within the Golden Ridge locale on Dorado, there's a refugee camp. It's unassuming, quiet-like. Most of the folks there just want to be left alone. They see to the few needs they have by working with the broker, but we ain't heard from them in a fortnight and change. Serves to reason something untoward may have transpired there. You see your way to looking into that, maybe we'll talk. That's between them and Sub Rosa. You in or you out? I don't fancy the idea of letting an arbiter loose on our allies without supervision. Might not know you, but anything's better than giving him complete freedom.
I do not take your speaking of me as some kind of pharaoh canid lightly.
Great! Take the lap canid with you. I've had enough of his excitability, and so have my customers.
I don't claim to be pleased with the circumstances surrounding this co-investigation, but perhaps we may surprise one another. I'm Arbiter Tristan Rao. When I was an apprentice, yes, but not since. And certainly never with an outsider. I shall meet you at the camp. Let us hope we both arrive there intact.
on now, Prospero. You've been on that stage hundreds of times. This perturbation looks bad on you, and you're not one for looking bad. Terribly sorry you've got me ruminating. A man of my persuasion shouldn't stoop to such self-deprecation, especially in front of prospective customers. You've identified me properly. But information transference. I'm in charge of keeping the patrons of the saloon entertained. Normally, my resolve is uncharacteristically flagging. I find myself fixating on the most minute of issues. I need something to bolster my confidence. Liquid courage has never failed me, but I have a discerning palate. The automac chef from the bazaar sells my preferred brand of alcohol, though it can be headstrong. You see, I can't just drink any old swill from the bar. My refined palate can only stomach one drink. Iceberg-aged whiskey. Something of a collector. Now, if you'll excuse me, an artist must be
Another challenger approaches. Prepare to be sent weeping from my curio collection. None have defeated my collections, and none shall. But I do so delight in a competition. Are you prepared to do battle? Cards, my dear, of the toss ball and pitch ball variety. I must see if your collection bests my own. Sporting! Let us do battle! That's an impressive number of cards, my friend, but not... Wait a moment. No, your cards. You have multiple that I do not. Your collection has defeated me! Though this defeat leaves the taste of dirt and blood in my mouth, I am not dishonorable. I present to you my other collected wares. I have no doubt they shall impress. Greetings again. You may have defeated me last time, but I shall rise from the ashes someday. In the meantime, you're welcome to browse my collection. Behold!
lucky day. Spotted me a wanted criminal. Now give me that bounty.
If it inflicts grievous bodily harm on other people, I've got it.
My contraptions don't explode. Listen, I know I shouldn't warn you about that. I trust you'll appreciate my forthrightness and be all the more willing to buy from me. No. Ships decidedly ain't in my purview. You sure I can't interest you in some bric-a-brac instead of this conversation? Are you an alienist? I ain't never had time to see one, but having one make... Before it crashed, I served on the free market as a secondary engineer, first grade. Had a colleague who was very talented, but not very good at hiding it. The supervisor saw her as a threat and demoted her to the engine room. She wasn't the type to take a blow without dodging. In Auntie's choice, there's politics among waste technicians. My colleague sabotaged the engines when her partner was on his mandated 2-minute break. When the free market attempted, well, just about everyone died. I made it to an escape pod on the port side. The ship landed on its starboard. Yeah, me too. Anyway, can we get back to subjects that aren't this? I got goods to sell. I'd be happy to show you. Buy from me, please?
Shop here to acquire fine food for cheap. If you became violently ill after eating here, please feel free to write our what may this unit rehydrate for you? Yes, iceberg-aged whiskey is currently on reserve for Prospero Paulo. Current customer is not Prospero Paulo. Unit cannot vend to current customer. Scanning error. Cannot ascertain identity of current customer. Purging all vending restrictions. Eliminating one restriction. Vending iceberg-aged whiskey complete. Thank you for your patronage. Negative. This unit and stall are registered to Gerald T. Wenrich. Mr. Wenrich last visited 222 days ago. When last seen, Mr. Wenrich mentioned he was, quote, going to teach those, redacted, sub rosa, redacted, a lesson. Nobody extorts Gerald T. Wenrich. All wares were at some point cooked fresh. Meals currently sold with both salt and pepper. Available today only.
Garment's here. Come ganderize. Auntie's Choice thanks you for... if you're in need of sprucing up the old wardrobe, I can provide. Used to be part of Auntie's Choice. Nothing special, just a pilot. Had a lot of time to think with just the void for company. Eventually decided I was sick of... Turned out to be generic clothes, work gear, and such. More of a market for it out here than I would have... I got rags, finery...
As it happens, standing in one place and focusing on not being nervous does not, in fact, help one. My friend. Excellent. Thank you. Very well. You wish to know about the crash, yes? Are you prepared for a sordid tale of drama and woe? Everyone knows that the free market's captain was a hopeless romantic, especially disposed to giving too much of her heart to those. The final betrayal came from a dashing rogue smuggler who vanished with most of her bits. The good captain had about all she could endure. Indeed she did. The crew attempted to wrest the controls from her to save... That's all I know. I thank you for your help once again.